What if I told you that relationship researchers can predict divorce with over 90% accuracy? Not based on compatibility, not based on money, not based on sex, not even based on how often couples fight. In fact, many couples who seem happy on the surface are headed towards divorce, while couples who argue all the time stay together for decades. After working with couples for more than 20 years as a psychotherapist, I've seen one factor destroy more relationships than anything else. And the scary part is most people don't recognize it until it's too late. So today I'm going to show you the number one predictor of divorce, how to spot it in your relationship, and most importantly, what you can do about it before it destroys the connection that you've worked so hard to build. So most people assume divorce happens because of things like infidelity, money problems, lack of communication, different goals, or falling out of love. While all of these can contribute, decades of research tells us something surprising. And the greatest predictor of divorce is actually something much simpler. It's called contempt. So, what is contempt? Contempt is more than anger, it's more than frustration, it's more than disappointment. Contempt happens when one partner begins to see the other as beneath them, or inferior, or unworthy of respect. So instead of thinking, I'm upset with what you did, they start thinking, there's something wrong with you. And whether the relationship becomes, and that's where the relationship becomes dangerous, because when respect dies, usually love follows with it. So what does contempt look like? Most people don't walk around saying, I have contempt for my spouse. Instead, it shows up in more subtle ways, be it eye rolling, sarcasm, mocking, name calling, belittling, talking down to your partner, treating their feelings as stupid or ridiculous. It sounds like you're so dramatic, you're impossible, here we go again, you never get anything right. Why am I not surprised? These comments on the surface may seem very small, okay, but they slowly communicate one devastating message. And you know what it is? It's this: I don't respect you. And over time, that message becomes quite toxic. So, why contempt hurts so much? Here's why contempt is so painful. Human beings need two things in relationships: love and respect. Okay? When your partner criticizes your behavior, it hurts, of course. But when your partner attacks your character, your intelligence, your worth, your value as a person, that wound goes much deeper. People can survive disagreements. They can survive conflict. They can survive difficult seasons. But it's very difficult to survive feeling constantly disrespected by the person who supposedly loves you the most. So maybe you've experienced this yourself. You've walked into a room and immediately felt judged. You share your feelings and you get dismissed. You make a mistake and you get mocked. You start censoring yourself because you're afraid to be criticized. You feel lonely even though you're in a relationship. You might feel unseen, unwanted, unappreciated, and eventually something happens. You stop trying. The emotional connection begins to die. That's often when people say, I don't know what happened. But the truth is, something happened a long time ago. Respect slowly disappeared. Now, here's some warning signs that your relationship might be in trouble. Here's 5 signs. Here's the first one: you roll your eyes at your partner regularly. Okay. Number 2, you use sarcasm to express your anger. Number 3, you talk about your partner negatively to your friends and family. Number 4, you assume the worst about their intentions. Number 5, you feel more resentment than admiration. Okay, while some of these things might seem quite subtle, once again, they are communicating the utmost lack of respect. All right. So if these patterns become frequent, your relationship is really entering dangerous territory. Now, here's a question we've all been waiting for: can contempt be reversed? And the answer is yes, but only if both people are willing to acknowledge it. So, like anything else, the first step is awareness. Notice how you speak to each other. Notice your tone. Notice your body language. Notice the stories you're telling yourself about your partner, and often that you're telling others about your partner too. Okay? Because contempt often starts internally before it shows up externally. The antidote to contempt? The antidote to contempt is what? It's appreciation. Not fake appreciation because some therapist said you should do it. Real, authentic appreciation. We need to start looking for what's right instead of only what's wrong. So you need to ask yourself, what do I admire about this person? What strengths do they have? What sacrifices have they made? Why did I fall in love with this person in the first place? One exercise I often recommend, it's quite simple. Every day, identify 3 things that you appreciate about your partner. Not once a week, but every day. Because what you focus on grows. If you focus on flaws, resentment grows. If you focus on strength, connection grows. Okay? So here's the final takeaway. So if you remember one thing from this video, it's this: relationships don't usually die from one massive mistake, they die from thousands of moments of disrespect. Over time, unconsciously, not even noticed by your conscious mind. Okay? All unconscious. Love isn't sustained by grand gestures, it's sustained by everyday respect, the small things. Because when respect remains, couples can survive almost anything. But when contempt takes over, even love may not be enough. So, and if you recognize some of these patterns in your relationship today, don't panic. Awareness again is the first step. The sooner that you address it, the better chance you have of rebuilding that connection before it's too late. So, if this video has helped you understand relationships in a deeper way, make sure that you subscribe and follow for more psychology based relationship advice. Because healthy relationships aren't built by accident, they are built intentionally. We'll see you in the next video.